And now, around the world and around the corner, it's the David Bowers Awards, bringing the best in indie music to millions of listeners worldwide with your host, the David Bowers. We've got a fantastic lineup of guests, as well as our engineer extraordinaire, Nick the Geek, our entire crew here at the Asylum, and me. I'm John Bon Jovial. And now, here's the voice of indie music, the David Bowers.
Thank you very much there, John Bon Jovial, the legendary John Bon Jovial, of course. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for another week of music and all those other things that may or may not happen during this hour of madness. We are just here to present you with some super indie music and talk with the artists who make it, because that's what we're all about. And we're going to open with something new from a Canadian artist. And this just came out in the last couple of days. Her name is Serena Ryder, if I can say it. Serena Ryder. She's a Canadian singer-songwriter who first gained recognition with her ballad Weak in the Knees back in '07. She was released 8 studio albums. She won a bunch of awards, including the 2008 Juno Best New Artist of the Year award. And then she started hosting her own radio program in 2018, The Serena Ryder Show. And in 2019, she and her longtime manager, Sandy Pandya, co-launched Art House, a collaborative space and recording studio aimed to promote emerging talent. And here she is now, Serena Ryder, and Better Now.
You can't chase the darkness with a bright, bright light, 'cause the sunshine burns you up when you get too high. You can't cure loneliness with company. If you really knew yourself, you'd never get lonely. It's not a ride if you never get off. It's not a marathon if you run in a race that don't stop. I was killing the pain the only way I knew how, but baby, I know better now. Oh, I loved you the way, the only way I knew how, but I can love you better now. We looked so perfect from the outside in, but you could tear down those walls, you know they were paper thin. If the weight's too heavy, let it break your heart. That's how you learn the art of falling apart. I was killing the pain the only way I knew how, but baby, I know better now. Oh, I loved you the way, the only way I knew how, but I can love you better now. It's not a party if it happens every day. It's not medicine if it just makes the symptoms go away. I was killing the pain the only way I know how, but baby, I know better now. Oh, I loved you the way, the only way I know how, but I can love you better now.
Serena Ryder. It's called Better Now. What say you, John Bon Jovial?
I like that. That's just a nice, seductive, sultry style to it. I like that. I could listen to that again. But that's pretty good. Absolutely. It really is.
I was listening to music earlier in the week, just a couple of days ago, as a matter of fact, and I think this was over the weekend, and I caught this new track that just came out, and I played it, and I had the same feeling, and I like the instrumentation that goes with it, the instrumental line that backs her. It's just got a feel that I like to it. The whole thing is just a song that, you could listen to over and over again.
And the production values on it are sweet, and it's just very tightly put together. It's well written, and normally if it's something I don't like, I'll be cordial, I'll be nice about it. But this is good. This is really good.
Yeah, I agree with you, and that's on an album that's coming out in March, I believe March 12th. I don't know if we're sure of the date yet or not, but her new album will be The Art of Falling Apart, and it is supposed to come out in March. And she's done an awful lot for an artist that isn't that well known here in the States. And as I mentioned, she was a Juno Award winner. She also won the Margaret Trudeau Mental Health Advocacy Award for her work in the mental health area. And as I said, she'll be releasing her new album, The Art of Falling Apart, in March, and we look forward to that. Maybe we'll be able to get her to come visit us on the show.
I think she'd be a stellar guest. That'd be great.
I agree. Right here on the David Bowers Awards, or you're sitting in on another fun-filled pandemic cast, on the show where every show is an award show, because there's so many. We want to figure every show of ours is going to be an award show, not just once a year, but they're all award shows. And the nice thing about that is that makes everybody who appears on our show an automatic award winner, right? If they didn't win, they wouldn't be here. So Darren Michael Boyd and Jeremy Parsons, you're both already award winners because you'll be here today. And we have, matter of fact, Darren is standing by right now. So why don't we get moving right along after John? You have some words of wisdom to share with us?
Words
as usual
of wisdom. Yes. Quotations from Chairman Bon Jovial. I'm trying, to quote.
I need something stronger.
Here it is. Here's the deal. Here is the deal in a nutshell. I'm going to quote one of my favorite all-time Three Stooges episode. When Curly says, "I'm trying to think, but nothing happens."
Oh.
And there you have it, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen of all ages. My thoughts for the week.
Yes.
From yours truly, the lovably legendary John Bon Jovial.
It's one of those moments where
you want to forget.
You honestly feel sorry I asked. Just for that, I want you to look ahead at the title of the first tune coming up, okay? Because I want to mention to everybody listening, especially if you're listening in Rochester, New York, where our show is carried on WRFG FM 106.3. Where's my voice going? That's what he said there. Anyway, Rochester Free Radio. And if you're listening on Rochester Free Radio, be sure and stay tuned for Steve Litvak's Rock and Roll Rumble show that follows the David Bowers Awards on Rochester Free Radio. And after that, our buddy Armand spins some vinyl with some eclectic tunes for you, too. That's WRFZ FM 106.3 in Rochester, New York, or rochesterfreeradio.com online. Check them out. And also check out our buddy Jeff Molden's ABC Oldies on Saturday evenings at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. With that being said, let's move along and bring in our next guest. First, John Bon Jovial. I think I'm going to have you, after that wonderful little message you gave us, I think I'm going to ask you to pronounce this title.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring this in. Our first guest is a gentleman named Darren Michael Boyd, and the song, and Darren, if I blow the pronunciation, I fully expect you to tell me. The name of this song is The Making of a Homunculus.
you go, Darren Michael Boyd. Now, did I mention that he's a guitarist? Just in case you didn't catch on to that. And
I had an inkling.
matter of fact, as a guitarist, he also produced his own 2020 album, Lifting the Curse. He's going to come in right now and perhaps lift the curse and explain what a homunculus is. Come on in here. Darren, welcome aboard.
Hey, thanks for having me. Yeah,
glad to have you here. Now, what is all this about a homunculus?
Homunculus. It's kind of like a miniature being, you know. It's so that was kind of the creepy element of it. And I'm listening to this song, like as I'm waiting here through my phone. And it's like, wow, is that guitar ever ripping hot? I mixed that. It's like, obviously the guitar is just ripping loud in that.
Well, we were both here playing air guitar during that, so it's a good thing we're not video because I would have been very self-conscious, really.
Well, mission accomplished. That's what you want.
Yeah,
Guitar player,
actually,
the air guitar.
I did look that up. I have to admit, I did look up homunculus because I wasn't sure it was a real thing or if it may have been a figment of your imagination. And I found that it's a representation of a small human being, which was popularized in 16th century alchemy and then later in 19th century fiction. And it historically referred to the creation of a miniature, fully formed human. So that's our educational. Yeah. That's our education
more
for today.
Articulate than I was. Yes, that's the idea.
Well, believe me, there will be no quiz at the end of the show, so relax there. Tell us about Darren Michael Boyd. Who are you? Where'd you come from? How'd you get into music, and how'd you get to play a guitar so damn well?
Well, I think we're doing the Canadian theme, right? You had was it Serena Ryder?
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit today. Yeah, 2 out of 3.
That was great. I enjoyed that. That was a great song. So I've been I've been a musician my whole life, songwriter. Just it's one of those things where it doesn't matter what you do. If you're an artist, you're always, if somebody asks what you do, that's what you tell them, even though you do a bunch of other things.
Right.
And it's hard at the airport because you don't want to tell them, I'm a guitar player, and when you're going on vacation, they just say, okay, sure you are. And pull you over and search your stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a funny story. I was coming back from Florida one time, and I had a bunch of